In this video, I'm going to tell you 3 reasons why you're missing too many ground strokes, and of course, what to do about it so you're not missing as much anymore. And to start us off, I want to show you a quick clip of Sanay Kartal, a British player. I don't recognize the other player, but the points that I'm going to make apply for both of those players. And I've shown this exact clip to 4 players I'm coaching and asked them what they see, what stands out to them. So let's look at it, and then I will tell you. In addition to how great the movement is of both players and how cleanly they hit the balls, every single person commented on how hard they're hitting the balls. Here's what I see, especially because this is a perspective that we usually never see in TV broadcasts. What I see is how high their net clearance is, how far above the net they hit almost every single ball. The other thing that I see is the depth with which they hit. Yes, some balls may land short, but I can guarantee you that they're not aiming for lines. They might hit some, but they're not trying to paint the lines. They go for really solid, good margins. Because even at that level of play, they don't have the control to hit the ball consistently just on this much of the court. Not going to happen. You'll also notice that when a ball does land short, almost inevitably, that ball did not have a whole lot of net clearance. Like for instance on this ball. And I know that a lot of people will already start to groan when I say that these players have what I call quality consistency. Because what a lot of players hear when I say consistency, they go, oh, she wants us to like totally slow down. She wants us to moonball and she wants us to push. Does the way that these 2 players hit the ball look like moonballing to you? Of course not. They're ripping the ball. And trust me, they could hit even harder, but they know that they cannot maintain control and precision if they were to hit harder. They know that in addition to pace, they actually have bigger weapons when they hit the ball with height, with depth, and with solid margins, because that means they're missing less. Whereas a lot of recreational players overestimate how hard they can hit the ball and still control it. And they also think for you to be aggressive, you have to hit the lines, which simply is not true. So the first 2 reasons, hitting way too hard and going for too small of a target. How can we now strike the balance between missing less and still feeling aggressive? First thing, hit with more topspin. And if you're thinking, oh, topspin is slower and yeah, the moon ball, think of Aryna Sabalenka or Iga Swiatek. When you think of their forehands, for instance, they're not slow. They hit the ever-loving baloney out of the ball with a ton of rotation. And what that means is they just simply hit the ball so high over the net that they're not missing in the net. If you hit with aggressive topspin, you can absolutely rip the ball. Still feel very, very aggressive. And the beautiful thing is the more topspin you add to the ball, the more and the quicker the ball gets sucked down at the other end of the court, so they're not sailing long. So you're eliminating 2 kinds of errors. You're not missing in the net, you're not missing deep. Which brings me to the second way people miss too much. They're going for lines, way too much. Don't aim directly for the baseline or the single sideline. You could, depending on what kind of shot you hit, aim for the service line. For instance, if you want to hit a short chip, slice to bring them in. That is okay to aim at the service line. For a topspin, however, you don't want to aim for the service line either because, well, yeah, it just sits there for your opponent to attack. If you've ever played on a court that has the lines for the 60-foot court for the orange balls that kids play with, that's where you go for the 60-foot baseline and the single sideline, because they provide you with a safe margin that if you miss that exact line, bingo, in the full court, the ball is still in. The third reason why players miss too much and too soon in the rallies is that they attack balls way too aggressively and they're trying to finish the point way too soon. You have to work and wait for short balls. Those are absolutely attackable. And for me as a coach, if you miss those when it's the right time, I couldn't care less. But even on those shorter balls, you don't have to go for an immediate winner. So for instance, when you're attacking a weaker, shorter second serve, here's what you can do. You can already do a whole lot of damage by taking balls early, meaning you take them far inside the court. So we have Emma Navarro here sneaking in basically on a second serve of Aryna Sabalenka, and you do see that that's a fairly short serve for this level of player. And you see how early Emma Navarro has taken this ball. She's taken it at good height. And because she's so far inside the court, she can actually open a pretty extreme angle. The ball is actually fairly short, but you see how sharp that angle is right there. And because she takes it so early, Aryna Sabalenka has no chance to even set up properly for a backhand. And that was a super, super conservative target there for a very aggressive return. On the other hand, returning a first serve where she herself has less time, she goes for a really great target deep down the middle. It's aggressive, but it's not stupid aggressive. It's a return with good height, with good depth, without a change of direction. You see how she's jamming Sabalenka there, and that earns her the second ball, the second shorter ball, and that she can attack. And if you now want to eliminate another source of errors, missing second serves and double faulting, check out this video here. This is showing you how to make your second serve more reliable and win more points behind it.